you could take us outside to what you're seeing and hearing out there.
You know, I said that I was here at Chickadee Landing, and frankly, I don't remember because I get so caught up in it. There's so much action around me. The chickadees are going crazy right now. There's 20, maybe 30 of them. Oh, I just see a red-breasted nuthatch right up there. Now, I know that periodically you can hear some of the birds as well, and they might be landing on my head because I put birdseed on there. But this is such a magical. This is such a magical place. I just love being here. This morning when I woke up, there was about an inch of brand new fluffy snow on the ground. So I wrote that in my field notes. Let's see, February 22nd. It was about 18 degrees or so when I wrote down the temperature of that fluffy snow. And since I've been out here since 8:30, I've seen black-capped chickadees, red-breasted nuthatches. I told you about that one that was just up there. Downy woodpeckers, only one hairy woodpecker. It came flying by during the last class and was hanging out in a tree right over there. Maybe it'll come back. I heard a common raven off in the distance behind me, and red squirrels that are over there as well, and then blue jays. And there's all this action around me. And that as I think about chickadees and surviving in the winter, I think that they've got some really great behavioral adaptations. One of them is that they are just constantly on the move, staying warm. And actually, Danielle, you remember I was here for the first two classes, and then in between that one and this one, I said, Danielle, I have to go run so I can warm up. I'm totally warm right now, but I imagine that that's what's keeping some of the chickadees warm. They also have really great feathers to keep them warm. And they're constantly eating, constantly grabbing some of these seeds. I've been watching some of them take the seeds and carry them over to a snag over there, a dead tree with some holes in it, and hide them over there. But I've also read last night that chickadees can eat a little more than half their body weight every single day. That means that if I weighed 100 pounds, that I might eat over 50 pounds of food in one day and then go to sleep and then lose a lot of that weight by keeping my body warm and then eat another 50 pounds the next day. So they're constantly moving like that. And then the last thing that I learned is that chickadees can drop their body temperature by 10 to 15 degrees at night so they can conserve that energy. So like my normal body temperature, I would drop it by 10 to 15 degrees. That just sounds so crazy to me, but what an amazing adaptation. And I see the adaptation that I like the best about chickadees is how joyful they seem, how happy they seem to be all the time. And that right now we're in the month of fluffy snow. That's what I like to call this. In March, when we meet again, we're going to be in the month of crusty snow. And they're still happy at that time. And then finally, in April, when the peregrine falcons are around, we're going to end up meeting in the month of melting snow. So it's all snow for me up here, right? And yet chickadees are happy through it all. So I'm going to keep track of the other birds that are around here and tell you things periodically as something interesting happens. But I think I'm going to pass it back to you, Danielle.
Wow, thank you, Joe. That was awesome. And I don't know if you all noticed, but I think I counted maybe 5 to 10 different chickadees that landed either on Joe's head or hand or on that bird seed next to him. So if you want to play a little game throughout the session, you can keep your eye on Joe's camera to see if you see any more chickadees land on